Happy Monday. You're listening and or watching Pwnecast. This is episode 83, and we are in patch 6.2.3. I am your Deadpool Warlock host, Belle. So this episode, we're going to be talking about all the Legion news. Everything Legion, since Wowhead is the only one privileged enough to data mine all of the things. We're not privileged enough. It's only Wowhead. We're going to be talking about some of the latest build items for Alpha. The Outlaw spec for Rogue. Tons of information, talent tree and stuff for that. New Druid, cat form, bear form. Gear models, NPC models, all of those things. I know, excited. We're going to be talking about all those things and much, much more, so make sure you guys stay right here.
In the World of Warcraft trade chat, troll-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In Azeroth, the dedicated players who call out these asshats are members of the elite squad known as the Pwnecast Podcast. These are their stories.
Welcome back. I did bring the writers of Rohan with me. We are down Frieza. He got a job. Yay for paychecks. We like paychecks. So, but I did bring the Death Knight who missed the Archmon kill with the guild because where the fuck were you? Lycan.
I was singing in a community choir. I'm up there singing Christmas carols. I come home and I get in. I sit down. I load up WoW, load up tune. Didn't even grab my gear yet, and I'm sitting here waiting for it. And I listen to the team speak, and I hear, "All right, last push. Let's go ahead and bloodlust or hero." Yes, I'm like shit. Yeah, I lost out by like.
You
30
went
seconds.
from here to here, in all of that quick.
Yeah.
So you missed it because you were in choir. I mean,
Yes.
maybe you should reevaluate your priorities.
If you like, I
They
can sing
missed
it solo.
If they would have waited one more pull, then he could have been like, oh.
There's so many things wrong with that. I can't deal.
And we're done. You made him break.
We are
Make
friends
him
here,
break.
ladies and gents. We are like family, and this is how family does each other. We like to really kick each other when we're down, because that's how we roll.
I can't leave yet. I just finally got the number one spot. I can't leave.
So funny.
Just
I did also bring the shaman who's so manly. He drinks ice water out of a fucking beer mug. Huge float. So I'm looking in your cup, and I'm like, why are you drinking water? It's
Because
a beer mug.
I'm still getting over BlizzCon. I'm not allowed to have alcohol anymore.
The wife please cut you off, huh?
Yeah. I'm on like 6 months detox apparently. For no other reason than I consumed enough for probably about 10 people in the space of 4 days, which is why I'm
That's
drinking
goodness.
water still and rehydrating. So, but that being said, thanks, Jeff. It's very huge bloke sized and most appreciated.
My name's Jeff.
My
brother
name's Jeff, and
wants to
I make
punch
you
me
a
in the
glass.
face. Every time he thinks he's got the show recording date and time down, it's always different. He walks in here and I'm like, I'm recording. He's like, again? You just record? He hates me, literally. He absolutely hates me.
Well.
Ice water in the mug. I can't even deal with that. I did also bring the... I can't.
I feel like they'd go put some cordial in it or something
I
just
know.
to fan it up a bit.
Maybe
Like,
put some apple juice so it looks like you're drinking a 40 or something. I don't really know. That'll make you more manly and hood.
I did reckon you could fit one in there.
That'll
easy.
reach all of our hood audience. So if you're in the hood and you want him to drink a 40, just like this
Okay.
video. and
Come back in 5
comment.
months.
Sharpie, get my Sharpie and write Old English across the bottom.
Come here, I'll pee in it. We'll make it feel like it's really old
Whoa.
English because that's how old
Whoa.
English is.
Wrong podcast.
I've been around some malt liquor in my day. Just gonna throw that out there. I did also bring the Boomkin who might be coming to the writers of Rohan, but what if we don't want him?
So
Casual. Casual.
I've been very in a really rough spot since BlizzCon, and I've been debating on like my elitist ventures. What is the best way to be an elitist? Is it to be known as a Midwinter Raider, number 3 in the world, or push for Gladiator, or just do something crazy?
Having a girlfriend in my guild who happens to be one of my top officers probably helps also. I mean,
Well, I would have came over anyways because of the RBGs. So,
Just
like, I'm the
saying,
only
like, that doesn't
motherfucker
hurt,
in RBGs.
so-
Yeah, no, that doesn't.
like, oh, I love you. I need you for stuff. I'm right there, babe.
On my way.
Wow.
Let me hop on my moose mount.
Oh, that was dirty, Pool.
I believe somebody else got a moose bump, didn't they?
I did.
Was that the rest of the riders?
I don't know about you guys. Listen,
at
when it
least
comes to
the
mounts,
officers-
it's every motherfucker for themselves. I don't know anybody, so
Or maybe even the other podcast members? Something like that would have been nice.
you know who I did.
I offered to help, and apparently I'm not
take-
elite enough. So.
I did take Brutum with me. I did take Brutum with me for that.
Oh, how the worm has turned.
Well, here's the thing.
Hey guys,
I would be nice to me because I was told I could bring other people in future runs, so I would be really careful what's said to me because I control your moose mount fate within my hands. I am friends with the GM who's clearing it on Heroic pretty much weekly, so I took Brutum because nobody wanted that mount more than Brutum did. She literally, if there was ever a person who ever wanted something in this world, she was Cindy fucking Lou Who. That's how much she wanted this moose mount. And she rode that damn thing for nearly 3 hours after she got it, and she just, wee, moose, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, we did do that. I will address that. The friendly, what is it? The friendly moose? Hashtag friendly moose. You can sign up.
Something like that.
You can
Paul,
sign
Mine's
up for
hashtag
friends.
Team Moose Mount, so.
Look, do you have yours?
I know exactly what you're going to say right now. And
You have yours?
You guys better be nice to me, because I can make this happen, Captain.
No one else has ever wanted a mount so badly.
Okay, besides Invincible. That's okay. But Brutum's
Man,
adorable.
oh,
She wanted it so bad.
Not? I mean, look at this. I mean, I'm nearly up to a full beard. Come on.
Hashtag friendly moose. That's an initiative that's been started. They're going to help with runs and do all these things to get people these moose mounts. I think that's pretty legit. Good luck pugging because that shit fucking blows. I tried that shit for 2 days and was like, deuces, I'm out. 30 wipes later.
I heard there was another hashtag.
There is not another.
Hashtag the fans demand it.
So he brought up, Lycan's going to make me talk about this. So
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to you guys. I'm going to leave this to the community. We record Monday nights at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I would need a show of hands in the fancy of comments to who can actually attend this live show if we were to go through all these changes to make this a live show. When I say we, I mean this girl because I'm the tech. So these guys don't have to do the tech
I'll be there.
I do. So if I want to go forth and multiply with all this tech stuff, I need some responses from you guys. So what's the hashtag?
Hashtag the fans demand it.
The fans
Hashtag
demand it.
cute Loki is actually cute.
But shouldn't it be something, is there another hashtag like that? Because I'm going to track it by comments and hashtags.
I don't think there is a hashtag the fans demand it.
So hashtag the fans demand it on Facebook, the fans demand it on...
It's not official till you do the thing, the chopsticks fingers. Yeah, there you go.
This? That's scissoring.
Yeah,
That's
that's
different.
scissoring. With the P,
that's
different show.
Got it.
The
That's
third
different.
staple
What about
thing.
this? That's different also. Got it. Okay. If anybody speaks sign language. No,
Hey.
that's different also. Okay, I'm done.
This is what it would be so much fun.
This is why we're not supposed to do the show on an off day. This is why Mondays was a bad idea, because Mondays I've had a long day at work and I'm not right mentally in the head, and neither is anybody else in the Skype call. Okay, let's get down to some semblance of business here. Here's what makes me sad, guys. You tell me how I should feel about this. So obviously we're going to get another Blingatron in Legion. It's Blingatron 6000. I'm so sad that they keep phasing out Blingatron with newer versions, and then when you pop out the old versions, they fight each other. The new version kills the old version. It's so sad.
Blingtron Fight Club. What's wrong with that? It's awesome.
But don't you think the other Blingatrons feel very sad? They're being
They're robots.
decommissioned.
They're robots.
Robots
this isn't
have
freaking
feelings.
iRobot. This isn't iRobot. This isn't
Robots have
freaking
feelings
Terminator.
too.
This isn't,
Nuh-uh.
I can't. What is the Disney movie with the robots? That's about the only robots I know with the freaking
Artificial
feelings.
intelligence? No. Oh, it's
Frozen.
called Robots.
Wall-E.
It's called
Oh,
robots.
and
Yeah,
there's
it's
like
robots.
4
There's
new
Wall-E.
movies.
Wall-E.
Cars.
Wow.
And Robots.
The Gentle
That's
Giant.
Pixar, I think. Pixar.
Finding
maybe, yeah.
Nemo. Finding Nemo.
Oh,
Snow
right.
White, Snow White. I know. Pick me. Just kidding.
Wall-E hasn't hit Australia yet.
Oh, Baymax is kind of a robot, right?
Baymax. But they talk, you know what? That's a perfect show. They talk about what? They talk about fighting robots.
Well,
That's true.
They
Baymax,
do.
Big
they
Hero
do.
6. They
Yeah.
also teach children about death, and I think
Do you let your children watch
I do.
Baymax?
You know
And
why?
you don't know
Because-
about the Robot Fight Club?
They watch
Oh,
that,
in the
like,
very beginning,
every
little
other
Yamada,
day.
little Yoshi, or little Hamada, or whoever wins in the very beginning. Little Yama. Little Yama, that's who it is. He's the big, ginormous guy with the thing and the other stuff and the stuff. I
And
watched
that
it.
thing. With the
In
other
the
thing.
place, yeah, in the stuff. I cried. This is off subject, obviously, but I did cry because the brother died. That was very sad.
Just quickly, while we're being totally off subject, when we were at Kamikaze, we were in line to meet Stan Lee, and then when we walked around the corner, they had a statue of Hulk, Thor, and Hulkbuster, the big ass Iron Man. And the lady behind me, with her little kid in tow, turns the corner and she's like, "Oh look, Baymax is here." And me and the little kid looked at each other and just shook our heads in disappointment. So anyway, back on subject.
Right.
So Blingatrons, we are getting an upgrade. Seems to be that's going to be the new thing. We're going to phase him out. So maybe now Blingatron 4000 is going to go join 3000 in the Brawlers Guild. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We do have your
The last
hashtagging
Blingatron was so
stuff
much fun.
already.
I am.
He's hashtagging, folks. So Baby Moose, lots of new stuff. I'm actually going to talk about that in a different segment because I want to break down some of the new pets and stuff that I did come across today. So let's talk about artifact weapons. Now we have the full list of artifact weapons. We have all of the things for all of the people and all the places and all of the stuff. So I'm going to run through all of the artifact weapons by name. I'm going to screw up 99 out of 100 of these weapons, and I apologize in advance, but
Should I
I'm
do my
only-
mouth shut? Or should I help you?
if I'm failing, yes, you're going to need to help me. But I
Okay.
do have the full list. So let's start.
Just go ahead and let him start reading it.
Let's start with Vengeance Demon Hunter. God damn it! Aldrachi Warblades.
Sounds right.
Aldrachi? I don't know. Could be right, could be wrong. The Havoc Demon Hunter is Twin Blades of the Deceiver. The Blood DK, Maw of the Damned. Frost DK, Icebringer, or Frost Reaper, Blade of the Fallen
Both.
Prince.
No, they'll have both.
Oh, it says or, so it's and. Okay.
Yeah, because it's
two-hand,
a
Dual wield.
two wield. Yeah.
dual wield. Got it. Unholy Death Knight, Apocalypse. Feral Druid, Fangs of Ashamain.
Ashman.
Germain. No,
Ashman.
it's a man. Michael, right? Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Moment of silence for Michael.
Thanks, Michael. I'm sorry.
We have no. This is why we should not be in charge of anything. The squirrel is so real right now. Jesus.
The only thing that popped in my head is Ma, the dam's out.
Meatloaf!
The
Meatloaf!
meatloaf, Mom. The meatloaf. Okay, we're done. The Guardian Druid is the Claws of Ursak. Restoration Druid.
Gahenir?
Come on.
Gahenir.
Gahenir?
It's not Gehenir.
No.
Gahenir, the Mother Tree. Balanced Druid, Scythe of Elune. Marksman Hunter, Thostera, Legacy of the Windrunners. Beast Mastery, Titan Strike. Survival Hunter, the Eagle Spear, Arcane Mage. All Luneth, Great Staff of the Magna. Frost Mage, Ebon Chill. Fire Mage. I read Watermelon.
That's a lot of watermelon.
Fellow Malorn.
Fellow Malorn, which is pretty much like Watermelon. I don't know what the fuck you guys want from me. English was my first language, but it's not the only language, people. Fellow Malorn?
Fellow Malorn.
Fellow Malorn. Brewmaster Monk, Fuzan, the Wanderer's Companion. Mistweaver Monk is Shiloon, Staff of Mist. Holy Paladin, the Silver Hand.
You forgot Windwalker Monk.
Oh, Windwalker Monk is the Fist of the Heavens. Holy Paladin, there's two here, the Silver Hand and Libram. Is that an offhand then?
It'll be the offhand. The
Holy
Silver
Paladin
Hand is the weapon.
Got it, okay. Retribution Paladin is the Ashbringer, Protection Paladin, Sword, and Truth Guard. Discipline Priest, Light's Wrath. Holy Priest, Tur, Beacon of the Naru. Shadow Priest is Zalhatath.
Zalatath. Yeah, Zalatath.
Blade
Sound
of
like
the
you're
Black
speaking
Empire.
Klingon.
I know, it's really awful. The Assassination Rogue is Anguish and Sorrow. I'm sorry, but that's my favorite name of all time. Literally, sign me right the fuck up for Assassination Rogues, because that just in itself is amazing. Outlaw Rogue is the Dreadblades, Fate and Fortune, also badass. Why do rogues get all the cool shit? Fuck you.
And remember that the Outlaw Rogue will be the new Combat Rogue.
Yes, they did replace that. Subtlety Rogue, Fangs of the Devourer, legit as fuck. Elemental Shamans, the Fist of Raden. Look like Razagul, but maybe not.
Rochambeau.
Rochambeau, yeah. Restoration Shaman is the Scepter of Ashara. Enhancement Shaman is Doomhammer, of course. Affliction Warlock is
Ulthalesh.
Ulthalesh. Ulthalesh, the Dead Wind Harvester. Demonology is Skull of Eredar.
Skull of the Minari.
It says Eredar.
Eredar. It's an Eredaran skull, so it's Eredar.
Isn't that what Skull of Eredar is? An Eredaran skull? Please do not paraphrase what I just said.
No, I said it says here Skull of the Minari, but I must be looking at an old one. They may have
I just pulled this from Wowhead about 20 minutes ago. Destruction, Scepter of Sargeras, Sargeras. Everybody always yells at me when I say this. I don't really give a shit. At least I know it's something. Looks badass if you haven't checked it out. Fury Warrior is the War Swords of Valhalajar. Valhalajar, is that right?
Valahar, yeah. It's
Arms Warrior, Stromkar, the Warbreaker. Protection Warrior, Shield is Scale of the Earth Warder, and it just says sword.
They haven't named it yet.
I don't think they've named it. I think there's a couple weapons.
I haven't made a shitty name up for that one yet.
So a lot of hype surrounding these artifact weapons, and I think I'm excited because the only thing better for my class, or for my spec even, it would be Gul'dan shit himself. I think. What the are you parched? You have a big mug of ice water.
Don't. Shh. Just do the talking.
Okay, so your guys' classes. What's weapons? You like, you dislike, you hate? Set it on fire?
I love Feral. I love the whole, like, it's going to be changing the look of the actual form. I looked at the bear forms.
Not talking about that yet.
That is the weapon for us, though.
We're not talking about the forms. We're talking about the weapons.
But that is the weapon
This
for
is why nobody
druids.
invites us to dinner unless we pay for it.
That is what the whole purpose of the Feral, like the Feral and the Guardian weapons
But you're not
are. They
feral,
changed the
you're
forms.
Boomkin.
Okay. Oh, well, they're not changing the Boomkin forms.
It's a feral.
Well, you said class.
You did say class.
Spec even, though.
Okay, so now I'm Resto. I like.
No,
the
you don't get to use
weapons
the fangs of
looks.
Michael.
I like the weapons looks. The Resto one, it looks like a fucking amazingness, and the different forms for it look awesome. The scythe for Boomkin kind of threw me out from left field.
It does seem a little bit different compared to their class lore.
Like-
I mean, I don't know anything about the lore of that weapon. Maybe
No,
they can-
Scythe
Warlocks
of
had.
Elune.
It's what? Scythe of Elune? I know it's Scythe
Yeah.
of Elune, but
Well, and I
there
know
could have been a fucking
Elune,
staff of Elune.
Right, that's why I said that did throw me off a little bit as well.
Like,
It was a
I
scythe.
liked how they put the moon in it, but other than that, I was like, that's cool, but that's like a Warlock-y kind of feel if you design it differently.
I think what you're missing from it though is actually made from this. The staff of Elune was the Elune staff. That was her weapon.
Right.
You're using that and adding more badassery to it, and you're complaining about it.
I'm not complaining. I was just like, whoa.
They took a big ass metal sword, stuck it to the end of the staff of aluminum, and here, have your sword.
Yeah, right. Like, but I mean, they could have kept it as the staff, and it would have and just made it a little bit more pretty, and it would have made a little bit more sense behind. I'm a caster and I'm a boomkin. Like, it's just gonna sit on my back the entire time. Okay.
I think the new skill, I think the new level 100 talent should be for you to have to lay eggs.
That would be awesome.
Instead of mushrooms, just
I just think
drop
you should,
eggs everywhere.
I think you should be able to lay eggs and throw them at people.
But they should be hairy.
Eggfall!
Or maybe they hatch and you have minions because they hatch out of eggs.
Take
But
my
since you're-
stink nuggets.
We're officially no longer in any kind of normal professionalism whatsoever. You guys thought we were professionals? Well, all the
Thanks for
joke's
watching,
on you because we really.
There's some good news and some bad news.
Good news is the boomkins laying eggs. Bad news is they're a little shitty.
Well, that's what I thought she was getting at.
I think I just peed. For those of you that don't really know me on
Quick,
an intimate
into my
level,
cup.
I do have bladder problems because I've had children, and sometimes if I laugh a little too hard, it happens. God damn it. Okay, let me try to get back to good here. I am going to
what do you
petition
think about
Blizzard
Boom
about the
Hammers?
egg laying thing because you're a chicken, so are you a boom chicken? I think that should be one of your things.
I've always hated that form. It doesn't make any sense.
No, it never did for me either. You have astral, as do I.
I can understand. I understand where it comes from, but whenever they were developing it, what the fuck kind of drugs were they on to make up this big, burly bear, deer, chicken, bird? I was like,
I just,
You haven't got a chance.
yeah,
No.
I don't know either.
That's always been my response. Whenever someone says, "What about the Boomkin form?" I'm just like, "No, Glyph of Stars. I'm okay."
I do like to watch the Boomkin run. Let's be honest.
Glyph of Flap is really fun. Like,
Yeah, it's funny to watch it. I mean, it's a real.
So basically, you look like Bill when what's his name, Venruki
Oh,
was.
I know. Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly it. She was boomkin chickening.
I really was. That was really embarrassing. He's gonna be here. He's gonna be in my very own town on the 27th, and I'm gonna be out of town for a wedding. Damn you, Sean. My husband's best friend is getting married, and I'm required to attend.
I think he planned that.
I know, right? He's like, this bitch is gonna suck.
Bell's leaving. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Well,
And
that
it's a-
crazy bitch is leaving town. I'm moving in.
But we're only leaving for like the day, so it's not really leaving town. It's just 2 hours away, so I can't stalk him. I'm gonna try to see if we could be done and back before all that stuff happens. But he's the dude in the wedding, so I have to attend because he's the dude, whatever that means. He called and said, "Will you be my dude for the wedding?" And Steven's like, "Yeah, I'll be your dude." And I'm like, "What does that even?" I don't understand what exchange just occurred, but that's a dude thing, which
he's
I have
gonna
to.
be the guy.
I was told I had to wear a dress for, and I fully locked this whole house down and was like, I'm not wearing a fucking dress. And I texted Sean, and I'm like, I love you, but I'm not wearing a dress to your wedding. And he's like, you don't have to wear a dress to my wedding. You dress however you feel comfortable. And I was like, thank you.
Ark was trying to get you to wear
You guys don't know this, but my husband is sexist. He believes that women have to wear dresses for fancy occasions. He's a very sexist individual. And I was like, nah.
Anyway, back to them weapons.
Back to World of Warcraft. Anyway. Okay. Rogue Outlaw. That's replacing Combat Rogue. I did get a chance to check out what? What?
You skipped both of their weapons.
They didn't even care.
I care.
You care? Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You care.
Well, you first.
God damn
No,
it.
I bitched about mine last week. If you want to see my rant on the weapons, go back last week. Fist weapons for a spellcaster?
Oh,
Eat a
you
dick.
did. You were very upset about the fist weapons.
My
Okay.
question is, how are they going to make two Doomhammers?
Don't ask questions. It's World of Warcraft.
Enhancement Shaman's dual wield.
Why spellcasters fisting things? No.
Maybe they like that.
It's
Maybe
a
it's
pointer. They just,
Why-
see, that's where the
Maybe
lightning
they like
bolt
that
from.
kind of thing. We don't
That's
judge
where the
people for their
that's where the
lifestyles,
lightning bolt
folks.
comes from. They're going to be like, pew, pew,
Well,
pew.
there are things about tanks that you don't know.
What, like Mega Man
We don't
style?
talk
Just
about this.
stand back and... No, I'm not buying it.
They're going to take the pointy part of it and they're just going to pew, pew.
But like I
lightning
said
bolts.
last week, if they swap Enhancement and Elemental, I would be happy because that would make sense. But,
Yeah.
that's just me. That being said, at least I didn't
No.
try and steal bloody Frostmaul.
You can. Doomhammer is a melee weapon. It is an enhancement weapon.
According to who, though?
According to lore.
Well,
And not your lore, but like all of lore.
like
World
the
of
fluffy
Warcraft
hair
doesn't
lore,
respect any rules or boundaries. They do
Well, see-
whatever they want whenever they want it. That's the
And
life
that's-
being.
I
Wow.
mean, that's actually why I wanted to talk about my weapon here in a second. But Doomhammer is a melee weapon. It is an enhancement sharpened weapon.
Not
Hold on,
in
wait.
my version of Legion, it's not. Some guy is written into the storyline and he comes in, he's like, oh, look, Pixie dust. Psh, now it's a spellcaster weapon. Here,
Spoiler
huge
alert,
bloke,
Green Jesus
you
dies.
have it.
Do you hear me?
He doesn't. He's fucking with you.
Don't worry, because 3 days after the expansion,
No,
he comes
I'm
back to life.
kidding. He's really joking. That's not.
I am joking. I am joking.
Everybody that's listening and watching is freaking the fuck out right now. He's just kidding.
So, no, hold on. The one cutscene where Green Jesus is all, I'm going to beat the shit out of someone, he doesn't use Doomhammer. He
If you're
uses
talking
the
about
element.
something
He
you're talking
uses
in
the
Warlords of
element.
Draenor, so we can talk about that. Was the whole
Yes.
Garrosh
You want to
fight
know
where he
why
cheated.
they're making Doomhammer a thing? Because the fans fucking love it.
Right. That's why
They
they're
love
making
it.
Ashbringer. That's why Ashbringer is becoming a thing.
It's a
Yeah.
it was fan favorite. That's why they're giving it back to the fans. They're allowing the fans to be a part of that fantasy. That's
Sure.
really, in essence, why they're.
I agree.
There's
with
always
you.
been two unattainable weapons on one on each faction. Ashbringer on one side, Doomhammer on the other.
And now they're
Yes,
allowing
yeah,
people to
Ranger.
have that and make it a thing, which, yes, to some of our purists, it is going to be, it's going to be very difficult for you guys to be okay with that. But, I mean, sorry?
I struggle with that concept, but at the same time, like, it'll be kind of awesome to try something new coming into that expansion pack with, like, the whole artifact weapons and boosting them and skills and whatever else. So, like, it was bound to happen eventually that somewhere, someone along the lines, like, we've lost heaps of characters in the games through the storylines. So it was literally a matter of time before.
I still
One
haven't
of the-
recovered from Mirage.
one of the
I really haven't recovered.
Exactly. Like, it was only a matter of time before one of the big, well-known characters that held these weapons eventually gets knocked off or dies of old age or boredom or whatever. Like, so of course they were going to have to do something with the weapons. It was just, but there's no way that they could have done it any other way and still had that balance in it. So
They have to introduce new characters in small fashion so that they can, like Urel. They introduced her in small parts
She was
early
supposed to.
on so that she could play major roles in future stuff. They have to
Exactly.
replace the older, so it's only natural to get to
and
So
Will.
on one hand, like, a lot of the purists are cracking up about it, but let's face facts. Like, you can't keep that same shit going on forever and ever. Like, it's going to have to adjust and get changed up some. So
And even with Doomhammer, it could be that, we watched this whole cutscene with Garrosh, and we see him get killed, and we all have to admit it, that Thrall cheated. And it could be that he's no longer worthy to wield Doomhammer, because it has been such an iconic weapon.
Yeah.
Maybe
But-
Thrall
but
says,
there's-
I'm going to give it to you because new heroes need to fight. Maybe it's not a sense of people dying and giving it. Maybe it's being they're bestowing it for new heroes.
It could be but like a mixture between y'all's two.
I really think that he needs to lay down a weapon in the armor, because I don't think he's worthy to carry it. And this is coming from Alliance Prayer. But
I'm still bitter he stood up there and
You're-
watched us fight Garrosh the whole time like he was somebody special.
we're shown.
Garrosh,
He got knocked out. technically.
Deathwing, he stood up and watched us fight Deathwing by ourselves. Never helped.
But I'm holding the world up. Oh my
Anyway.
God, poor me. I'm holding the world. I'm totally just kidding, guys.
Yeah.
All of you that are
But-
freaking out right now, I'm just joking.
With
No, it's the same with all of them. What's his name? Did it with Ice Crown as well. Oh, look at me. I'm the greatest pally in the world. Oh, I'm stuck
block.
in an ice block. I'll save the day, but, don't worry.
You know what
can't,
that just means?
You can't take the credit for it.
You know what
I
that
will.
means? They had really, really shitty priests that didn't know how to mass a spell.
You're a terrible individual.
But go back to the weapon thing with Doomhammer, and we keep talking. People are complaining that it's not, maybe it's changing lore to get it. People really are complaining about the Blood DK's Maw of the Damned, because it is if you read everything about it, it's an ancient Legion Forward item, and people go, well, that's demonic. You can't do that because Death Knights are all about the undead. And the Scourge, they're nothing about demons.
Isn't it one and the same, essentially?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And that's yes, it is.
It's
Your first Death
borderline.
Knight. I'm sorry, your first
Demonic
Death
is
Knight
evil by
was an
most
orc,
standards, though.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're walking that line with
But-
the undead anyway. Undead aren't nice. They don't come back and make you fucking cookies.
Who was the first Death or the first Lich King? Technically, Ner'zhul.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was created that way by Sargeras, right?
Right.
Or
okay.
Kil'jaeden. Okay,
Yeah.
and it was that backhandedness that got the Legion to start and got the orcs to start invading. I mean, that's the whole premise of the undead was demonic.
Yeah.
And people are, and I think people need to take a step back, look at some of these weapons. Like, first of all, me carrying around the blades of the Fallen Prince, yeah, badass. But a lot of even those like transmogs.
I just want to
that
point
they
out
have
that
with
doesn't
them,
make you any kind of prince, sir. Just if you start trying to make me call you fucking your highness, you can
out
get the hell
of
out. 'cause
all the weapons
not
out
happening.
there, Frostborn rules them all.
I agree.
Just saying.
Agree.
Yeah, just saying. But even looking with that, I mean, you have. I know I'm going to catch flack on that because of the fucking whole Ashbringer Frostborn incident, but we don't talk about that. But
I mean,
even,
one of them got broken. I'm saying.
Wait, no, I'm not wading into this murky.
But no, I mean,
no.
but take.
You know what I want? I want a weapon that's like you just go pick mud up and throw it at people. Is that not a thing? I want Boomkins to lay eggs, and I want to sling mud at people in game.
Apparently, it's one of the same.
Just want. Ew. Oh, that's so gross. Tell us what you guys think about your guys' class weapons. Comment and tell us what you're thinking. I know that there's more of you out there. There's a lot of stuff we don't cover because it's not our class, and quite frankly, we don't give a shit. We cover.
I just thought about it. I have the basket, the egg basket from.
New transmog?
Yeah.
Chickens are a thing. People laying them.
You've just given him the worst idea I can see.
I think it's amazing. We should see more laying chickens.
He's gonna he's gonna just skip around with that damn Easter egg basket now.
So the combat rogue. Let me go to these talents here. This would be more for Hots, even though he's a really terrible
rogue.
He's a terrible rogue, but he can help you. Let me lay the talents out. Give me 1 second to find it. So Outlaw's going away. It is being replaced with, or Combat's going away. It is being replaced by Outlaw, which I think that's fitting. Rogues are assholes, so of course there was going to be an Outlaw spec at some point. So let's see. The talents, I don't know if any of these are new. I'm just going to read you.
Link it to me really quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Hans read this stuff and let you know what's new and what's not new. Because I don't.
While he's looking over that, though, I think they needed separation though from the three different specs because subtlety was your. You had subtlety, you have assassination, but there was they all kind of blended together. I mean, I've putzed around on a rogue, but. It was to me. It seemed like three different specs for the same. It's three different specs for the same name. Three different names for the same spec.
Yes and no. It's weird because they that was broken. Sorry, 1 second.
Shouldn't have been.
But they're not.
I don't know why it was broken, but
It's not separated out like DK. Like if you think of what a blood DK is and what a frost DK is, there's three big shamans the same way, but not with. With shamans you have your.
If you look at druid, you have a tank, a melee DPS, a ranged DPS, and a healer. Like there isn't much more separation from that. But for rogue, it's always been which one hits the hardest.
So they have something new that's called bribe. Bribe a humanoid target with fool's gold, convincing it to fight for you for 1 minute. That's kind of fucking legit. Come on.
I was looking at that. Was like.
That's kind of legit. You get to bribe somebody.
Okay.
And then everybody's
Grappling
angry because they're removing burst of speed. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you before we start talking about more stuff. I made the fucking mistake of going and looking at Destruction's talents. I know better. I don't look at my stuff until 4 or 5 betas out, until it's fine-tuned, because it makes me panic and I freak out. Please understand what's happening now might not be later. So if you're like me and you literally will have a heart attack over your class changes, wait. Don't look at your class. Just glance on over it. Don't deal with it. Don't worry about it. It's months away. Just wait, let them work all their bullshit out, let everybody complain on forums that has beta. Just don't freak out, because literally earlier I'm like, fuck this, I'm unsubbing, I'm done. Like, everything is so different. So don't panic, calm down, relax, remain calm, and just go with the flow.
One big thing about it is I was talking with my girlfriend about it earlier, and because she was looking at Shadow Priest and she was like, I don't like any of this, and I was like, all right, everyone has to stop and look. They're dropping a new class. Everyone has been saying since they saw it, they're going to be broken, this, that, the other. This is the perfect time for them to take every single class and go whole new everything.
All
Is that
So
what they've been asking?
everything is going to be
Repentance is
broken.
replacing it. Did combat rogues ever have sap? Was that an all rogue
Yeah,
thing?
that's
an
Okay,
all
so
rogue
they've
thing.
replaced it with repentance.
I didn't catch that one.
I'm looking at some of the stuff here. Says it's better than sap because you don't stealth for it, and it does not say out of combat. So yeah, it's repentance. And a lot of the rogues here, from typically what I gauge by changes in classes I don't know anything about, is I just see what the community's saying. Who's QQing and crying on the forums. And a lot of people, although they're quite angry about some things like removing burst of speed, they are, and he said this at, what's his name, Ian Hazakostas, he said, we're going to be taking some stuff out, but we're going to replace it with something of equal or better value. Like, we're not going to just completely screw you, we're just going to change the way you play a little bit. So, and I mean, I'm down. It's been the same way for so long. Let's make it new. Let me have to learn my class again, because I've been playing a warlock since 2008, and maybe it's time for change. Maybe
This will also take your high rank people and make them rethink everything that they've been doing. Like, of course, they're going to have a little bit more of a advantage because they're probably going to get beta and all that, and they're going to have...
You guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, I did one.
Absolutely. This is Twitter. Ridiculous.
But it's...
Fans
like,
demand it.
You're going to see a lot of new theory
Finger
crafting. And
chopsticks.
what I was reading off of Resto Druid earlier, there's going to be a lot of different gameplay. Like, you're going to be either really, like, focused on your rejuves and your hots and all that, and then you're also going to have specs that focus on, oh shit, there's not a whole lot of damage going out, but all of a sudden someone's low health. I need to pop them back up really quick. So, like, there's going to be a lot of different changes. Like, I'm excited.
For the rogue thing, for me, I'm kind of excited for the whole combat rogue, because other than Necromancer, and we're getting Demon Hunter, but other than Necromancer, how many in-game quote-unquote classes do you know of that we have not gotten yet? What about pirates?
Shadowhunter.
I would never play a pirate.
But this is, honestly, if you look at the
Would
way
you
this
play
is...
a pirate?
But yes, that's what these are.
It's the
These
thing
are
that
that-
Self-Honest is. We haven't gotten that yet.
You would
Oh,
play
the
a
race.
fucking pirate,
Yeah.
like in real life, a pirate.
But that's what this is. If you look at the way the lore and they're presenting the lore with it about, that the, I'm not even going to get into that, but the way they're talking about your one person you're going to meet is an admiral. This is the pirate class. You're wielding cutlasses.
Yeah.
You're doing things non-stealth. You're bribing people to do damage for you.
That's a politician, not a fucking pirate. I don't know what you're talking about. That is not a pirate. That's a politician. You're talking about Obama's whole fucking administration. That's what you're talking. You're talking about that.
But this is the pirate spec, though. We've seen a lot of pirates in it. I mean, hell, go do what's the one dungeon in Westfall?
Dead Mines.
Dead Mines,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
go to the Dead Mines. It's filled with pirates. And this is the pirate class, though, that we've not had. So, I mean, again, it comes back to the fan appeased. People have always said,
Yeah, I mean, they're
pirates and
definitely
ninjas.
paying fan lip service here. I agree.
Right.
I agree. I don't play Rogue, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Here's why I'm excited for class changes, because I'm a PvPer. Isn't it awesome that I now have to learn how to kill all these people all over again because it's completely different? That to me is amazing, because right now, when we step into RBGs, I already know what I need to do against each and every class and spec, because it's the thing. I already know what I need to do.
If you've been playing the same class for 11 years, like I know people have, and you're just now stepping into this game, like a expansion to before, you literally have this much chance of killing said person. So it's gonna make everyone have to rethink and rework everything. So it's I'm really excited for it, like 100% all the way through.
I agree. It's gonna be grain of salt, and just what I always say, faith. You have to have blind faith. Blizzard's let us down. All those same things everybody cries about every week. I get it. Blind faith. So if you are like me and your heart is very much on your sleeve when it comes to your class, just stay away. Don't look at your talents. Don't just stay the fuck back until you are not freaking out, because it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay. So they've data mined like 4,000 Legion items, a list of 2,000 legendary stuff, all these different gears. I didn't even know there was going to be all these legendary gears. There's legendary boots and shoulders.
Oh, the legendary BOAs.
Yeah, like
BOPs.
there's all this stuff. I'm not going to do any spoilers, I promise. I promised you I wouldn't do any spoilers. We tried to point out pre-show that we are, in fact, a news podcast, that at some point spoilers are going to be a thing, but we're trying to limit the
Just
spoilers.
those two.
At least further down the track, like not
Okay.
the first
Tomorrow?
fucking.
They want to live in a
5 to 3
fantasy
days.
world where everyone's alive and happy, but that's just not the way that it gets down. But it's going to be okay.
This is out there, man. I've seen him.
Further
We're
down the
going to
line,
be okay.
I'm tweeting the spoilers tomorrow.
So looks like unfollow. New
Just doing
pets. Pets, are those spoilers? Those aren't spoilers.
No.
Little teeny tiny moose. He's so freaking adorable. I'm totally acting like a chick right now. Oh my god, he's adorable. If you have not had a chance to go and check out the Mises and Mooses, go check it out. We're working on some articles for PwnecastDailyQuest.com to highlight those. But I'm just going to list off some of the pets that we've got. So, an enchanted cauldron. I don't know what that is or where we get it, but I need to have that. I don't know what it does. What is it?
Sounds like the old days. Remember,
Does it
right
spew
before
water
a
at
raid,
you?
used to
It's
put
like-
down a cauldron or a big pot,
Yeah,
and the whole
it's-
raid would go and click it and get their pot.
That was in Kata, and that was the flask.
So
How you
it
get flasks.
yeah, it's an enchanted cauldron. There's an enchanted torch, an ashma cub, an acorn. It's an acorn icon. It says crispy. I don't know what the fuck. Nursery spider, which actually looks kind of cool. Fetid waveling, thistle adventurer, risen saber kitten, night watch swooper. There's probably about 30 pets here. Tons of new toys that are being added. Yeah, there's a whole shit ton of toys and fun items. Now, when I read that on Wowhead, I thought, oh, that's what are fun items? Because fun items to me clearly don't mean the same thing
Different podcast.
that they do on the website. Because what I thought it was is not what I saw. Just so we're clear, fun items means just random shit in game. It's not what you think it is, so don't
Like
get
the
excited.
the candles icon, like if you look at it close enough, it does not look like candles.
That's
That's for Podcast After Dark.
that's the After Dark. You're 100% right about that. So
This is
let's
why we
talk
need a
about
live show.
let's talk about this armor. Now, obviously, there was a certain amount of spoilers in these NPCs. They are revamping a lot of these NPCs. Let's not be crybabies about it. I'm not going to do any. Not you. That's not what I mean. I meant the new models. I meant the new models. So the Doom Lord, I don't even remember seeing a Doom Lord, but he's getting the Fairy Dragon, looks beautiful. The Hellhounds look amazing. The Inquisitor, the Mooses, the Mooses. Nightmare Spider, Night Saber, Odin, Saber Cub, Sea Lion. The Sea Lion looks badass. It's here's what creeps me out about the Sea Lions. So Sea Lions are very lovely, right? They're very nice creatures.
They
No.
used to be.
They're not. They have fangs and they try to eat you. That's what these sea lions do.
Oh, you mean
The Nightmare Ancient, which is the giant trees. It's black and white. It's pretty legit. The Wolf Boss, which I'm told is a tameable wolf for hunters. It's got like stuff sticking out of it as if somebody already tried to kill it, which is kind of mean when you think about it. The Taurens, the Fell Taurens. That's so. Some of
I
this
think-
stuff, guys, you really got to look at. Some of the tier stuff. What the fuck? I can't
that?
even. The whole Boomkin thing, the Boomkin Alliance Elite. There's some weird shit going on.
Thank you.
It's like it looks like an Indian, like an Indian headdress, I don't know what's going on. That just doesn't seem very boom. Oh my god, the Imp Mother. That is what I want to look like in 20 years, guys. I want to look like her in 20
Your
years.
sea lion thing, I think, is the travel form for the druids. The underwater travel form.
Here is what I want to look like in 10 years, because that's hot. If you guys haven't had a chance to take a look at the Imp Mother, you really should, because it's a sight to behold, including the pasties. That's really, Yeah, that's really, really nice. Malfurion is looking really nice. And actually, I did when I did the Warden's Grove to go get the mount. You have to go to Moonglade to turn in the quest to get the mount, the moose mount, and you follow Malfurion. And I realized that his model really did need to be
Wouldn't know.
updated.
Wouldn't
Well,
know. I haven't been.
Malfurion really did needed to be. He needed updating because he was really the Naga Brute looks so legit.
Is that a
Hashtag left behind.
the mini Nax?
The Hulked Gul'dan. Did you guys see the Hulked Gul'dan? Come on.
No.
This is so much. They are doing a really, really good job. I like how they're trying to make Anduin look less prissy and more like his dad, just with blonde hair. I
Oh, come on.
appreciate.
He's had the same model for 10 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
updated
Cenarius
this
Nightmare looks
expansion last
awesome.
week.
Illidan's model, it is a nice little update. He does look a little bit buffer, like he's been possibly drinking the Weight Gain 2000s to bulk up for this expansion. He does look. Ysera's Nightmare is pretty awesome. They've really done the models. They've done a lot over Warlords of Draenor anyway. So if you guys have a chance to check that out, go. I don't like sending people to other websites besides PwnCastDailyQuest.com, but we're not cool enough to be in Blizzard's pocket because we don't. We talk shit. So because we talk shit, we don't get those kind of things that Wowhead gets. So
My favorite of these models is
we're
gotta
not
be the
sellouts, guys. We're
But
not.
the nightmare shit.
Oh
Have you
no,
seen all
it's
the
nice.
nightmare shit?
Because it's all black and red, and it makes you wonder what's happening. Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
pretty
the
awesome.
whole Emerald Nightmare that we've gone through and Laura promised to see, and we're actually going to go in and get. I can't wait just because these models are.
Well, now
fabulous.
all you crybabies are going to get everything you've ever wanted.
Titans.
I'm excited for owl
I'm trying to
caps.
For what?
Owl caps.
Okay, so now we could talk about. You want to talk about your forms now because you got a kick-ass Baird form.
Sure, yes. The bear forms look
The
phenomenal.
cat form is scary as fuck.
The cat form is one of the main reasons I want to go feral. Aside from the class play itself is really fun,
But you
but
still get cat form in your regular Boomkin form. You could still
you
shapeshift.
have to. You can shapeshift, but the legendary weapons. This is what I was saying earlier. Is the legendary weapons are the forms like. We don't get they don't get.
Yeah.
They have these standard little dagger things for whenever they're in human form, but whenever they shapeshift it into the appropriate form, that's where the looks come in. And they actually, I was reading through some of the Q&As, and someone brought up the new talent that we have, the Claws of Shrivala. It gives us this big hulky kitty, and it's like, well, that is used by every feral in PvP.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are they going to choose? Like, are they going to be able to customize that as well if that talent's chosen? And they just flat out said, no, we're going to be removing the Claws of Shrivala look
Shrivala.
Shrivala
Thank you.
and making
It's
it
the only thing I know how to
the
pronounce.
weapon. And making it the weapon look. And I don't know how the community's going to feel about that. I've always hated that feral look because it just looks like a big, fat, fucked up kitty. Like,
Hold on.
but at the same
I just
time,
seen the fell piglet. The fell piglet is amazing. It's a pet. It's amazing. It's a fell piglet, guys. It's a piglet that's a fell piglet. Seriously, it's a piglet. It's not a pig, it's a piglet. No?
I'm
No.
not.
Fell
feeling it.
piglet. No.
I don't get it.
Nobody else is excited for the little teeny tiny fell piglet.
Does it have bacon?
No, but we have bacon
We
now.
could turn it into fell bacon.
Fell bacon.
Oh,
So, are you gonna roll feral then for you to have this badass kitty form?
no, I'll get it eventually. Like I'll get the spec and I'll run through and grab the weapon and upgrade it and all that stuff. Like I'll eventually have all the things, but maybe not bear. I don't like bear tanking, but I'm really digging it. Like they have a fucking rock bear. Like
I'm very upset about bear tanking, and let me tell you why. Can you please put some fucking underwear on the goddamn bear? Can the bear get some underwear? Do you know how rude
Why?
it is for the bear to just be hanging there with its ass all in the air? I think it's very uncool. And I think Blizzard should put some underoos on the frickin' bear. Can we get a loincloth or something?
This is something that druids have been bitching about for fucking expansion.
The bear
after
butt.
expansion.
Literally
No,
a B-A-R-E butt. Bear
no,
butt.
they've wanted armor for the
Yes.
fucking
I think you should. I think
forms,
they
and
should
then
get
they
it.
introduced No, they introduced the
You
talent.
have it.
They introduced
Yes.
a talent. Everyone's wanted permanent.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's
have
unfair
the
to
ge-
I think it's unfair to assume that a bear would go into battle as a tank and be completely stark ass naked unless he was drunk. Literally,
No.
that's what I think is unfair.
like
Have you
Am
ever
I
watched it?
wrong?
so
Yes.
what they did is
I'm
they
wrong.
made that
Yes.
fucking
You're a
talent.
bear and you're going to go into bear form and you're going to tank and you're doing it stark ass naked.
And how many times have you gone to the zoo and seen a clothed friggin' bear standing inside a cage?
He's also not tanking a boss.
Who is also
Who
not
goes to
really
a zoo anymore?
who is not also really a person that is shapeshifted into something like
But
Well,
that's a valid
maybe
point.
not in your world.
well, maybe not.
Do you tank as a death knight naked?
Sometimes, but I usually am not on Skype at the time, but
You're disgusting.
They're
Oh,
just-
gross.
when I talk about spreading my diseases at that point, it's a whole
Right.
different story.
Uh,
But no,
they do it naked and get away with it because Blizzard love them that much.
I mean, Bloke's been healing as a shaman naked for years.
Bloke did an entire raid in Argent Crusade gear.
he did an entire podcast naked.
That's basically naked. But...
And then he was like, oh, I'm like, Bloke, why do you keep dying? And then at the very end of the raid, he's like, oh, my gear. Ah. And I was like, God damn it.
But no, why would you want armor?
Why would you not want armor?
Oh, look, here's me
Are
just
you-
throwing under the bus right now. Yeah, thanks.
Are you afraid that people aren't going to see your pretty transmogs? Here's a
No,
neat
I mean,
it's
that
not
was
about
one
that.
thing.
It's
About
about
druids, you don't have to
reality.
see shapeshifted all
It's
the time.
about bringing
No,
a
that
little bit
was-
of reality to gameplay. Okay, I understand we're in a fantasy world and everything's fantasy. Even in the fantasy world, bears have armor when they're going in to do stuff. Your bears that talk. Chronicles of Narnia. The bears in the forest, when they went to go at war, those motherfuckers had armor. Why? Because bears don't do things naked. I mean, they do something.
But those bears don't. Those bears don't change into sea lions and birds and peoples and things.
Well-
I understand the shape shifting of the body, but how's he going to magic his
Only-
armor?
Where
Only
does the
the
armor
bear.
from the Night Elf go?
Right, agreed.
It changes
He
with
makes
them
a good
because
point.
you want it to stretch out and rip every time you
No,
put
but
your bear.
where's the-
Okay, all my gear's broken. I can't repair.
Hold on. He just brought up a very good point. Hots brought up a very good point. When you shapeshift from your form to go into your fucking 20 million animal forms, where does your armor go? It gets folded neatly in a fucking chest in the middle of your transformation.
Hold on,
There's-
I've
guys.
seen some-
There's
I've
Alice
seen some
from the
bear
Brady
tanks,
Bunch
I think
sitting
so.
there next to a dresser
What
waiting to
happens
fold all your
Bruce
stuff.
Banner's gear when he turns into the Hulk? I don't know.
It
That's
doesn't
another.
break.
And why is he always wearing shorts? Because if he's really huge, the shorts would not. I don't even. I'm gonna Terminator and freak out right now. Okay,
But it's the whole point is that it is a magical shapeshift form. It is not necessarily
so
what
who
that form
magically
looks like.
folds the clothes that they were wearing?
The magic underpants, no.
No, alright, so
Fucking underpants gnome strike again.
no, it's whenever they introduce transmogging, they introduce
What is it? Step one,
Bears.
steal all the underpants. Step three, profit. And there's nothing in the middle.
whenever they introduce transmogging, like, and there's customizing all these, like, Blizzard's had customization since day one, but we've never been able to customize our actual forms.
What spec do you play on your druid?
Right now, Resto,
Well, Boomkin, right?
And
Okay,
Boomkin,
even Resto, and Boomkin.
yeah.
Do you have to look like a tree?
Now we don't. We did.
Okay,
and
wait,
lower
wait.
fucking
You used
extensions.
to,
Shut up.
right? Wasn't
Shut
there a
up. Do you have to look like a
Okay.
tree?
Not now.
Do
No.
you have to look like a boom chicken?
Now no.
Shut the fuck up.
Bears still have to look like kitties, and bears still have to look like bears.
Hold on.
So and when I go to my cat form, I still have to look like a cat.
So
and
what
I
if
go
they
to
told
bird
you? What if they told you like we're gonna make it where when you tank, you got to tank in the nude and have no kick-ass armor to look at while you're tanking.
Bitch, please, I play a hero class.
Don't even get me started.
Blizzard's favorite class.
I understand I understand, and I think I should start hashtagging ruse for the bear because I do think it's awful for me as a raider to have to look at the bear's ass while
I
we're raiding.
enjoy
and
it.
it's awful for me.
I've
After
never
lost
wanted it to be
time.
like this, like straight up full, like armored,
Just cover
mobilized
the
tank.
bits and get the twig and
But
berries and stuff.
Some
you know?
things, yes, but the naked bear thing is really fun to do. Whenever you run to
The
dance
twig
behind
and
people, you can just
Yeah, but can you cover it up? Nobody likes swampy bear balls in the summertime, people.
I say that
You know?
that's the sacrifice playing that class comes with.
You have to have swampy bear balls for the rest of your life because you can't
If
properly
you're gonna
cover
be
it.
if you're gonna play a bear druid, you got to be prepared to put
I
your twig and berries out there for the
Then
rest
I
of the.
think they should make it where a cool toy is fucking baby powder,
But
so that you don't have.
it's the
swampy
same
bear
thing.
balls.
Like if you play a death knight, like you just have to look like an idiot. Like that's the sacrifice that comes with the class. Like if you're a lock, you have to not like affliction. That's just how all the classes go. That's the sacrifice you make. when you pick
It's
a bear
like
druid.
that's it. I'm out. I'm done. Fuck everybody. Good night,
Oh, I'm
folks.
sorry. Here's me playing my death knight.
the Death Knight rotation.
I
I'm glad I got that out while he was
hold
gone.
on. I think you have to do it again in front of him. I want him to
No,
understand.
I'm still
Wanna
here.
see-
Oh, did you see? Did you
Let's see if
see
we
it?
can get 3
You
strikes
have
now.
to look at Hotz's demonstration. Is
Nope,
this
I saw it. I saw
is
it.
it accurate? Is that how the rotation goes?
He gets to play with his toes. Like his. For those who don't know, his
I do play with my toes.
His hotkey is his left big toe.
Yes.
That is where his hotkey is for vent and mumble and TeamSpeak.
You
As
have
it
the
is.
foot pedal.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
No, I have an old gaming keyboard, like a round gaming king keyboard, and the space or the one key on it I have it assigned to is my hotkey. So I sit on the floor and use my. I have to play barefoot in order to talk on Skype. Or,
You
Teams.
literally have to monkey paw to play a death knight.
It takes that much skill. Either that or something saying really bad about my intelligence right now. But let's move on.
Hold on. I need to make
What about
sure.
the affliction
I
locks?
need
Did
to
you see
make sure
about
our
them?
listeners and watchers at home understand what the fuck just happened in this whole show. So you mean to tell me you have a keyboard on the floor and your fucking push to talk button is your toe? Is
Yes.
that accurate?
Well, not the button, but that's the one.
It's like the old four trunks.
See if I ever confide in you again.
Hold on. So
It's like the old Ford trucks. They don't have the horn right here. They have it on the floor where you
Right.
step on it. Yeah, it works.
what happens if you get a cramp?
I'm fucked. That's why you don't hear me on.
How
on
do you
TV
not
sometimes.
have enough, like, on your
Have
desktop
you
keyboard?
seen some of the time? Now you will be.
Here's
you
you playing the Death Knight.
I
You
know.
can't just
Here's you playing the Death Knight.
voice.
Two
How many
fingers.
fights?
Here's
How
my
many
voice.
fights that I survived that I should have died on?
Okay,
Yeah.
but I use this little button on my mouse here. This button right here is specifically for my push to talk, so I never have to do anything because I already move and do stuff.
That's my mouse. There's nothing to it. I got 3 buttons.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
one of them could be voice to talk.
No, that's what my left toe's for. How the hell
And
am I
it's
going to
your
put my
left
toe
foot
up on
even.
it?
That's
How am I going to pick my foot up and push that button with my push to talk?
Now here's what's really grossing me out. How often do you wash that keyboard?
Nobody touches my keyboard.
Oh, but how often do you wash it?
Oh,
Nobody
thank
touches
green
my
Jesus for that.
So it's probably filled with all kinds of lovely.
Ebola.
Oh,
I
I'm
will
gonna
take
throw up.
I will take a picture of it and post it up on the Facebook page.
Oh, that's gonna get flagged by the FBI for sure.
You're not going to want to see it.
So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a huge germphobe. That's not okay. That's not. So I was telling
Oh.
Cody, how do I wake up on Sundays? What happens when I wake up on Sundays?
I don't leave my room on Sunday mornings.
So
Do
I
you see Hodge's face? That
Yeah.
little
I
spot?
wake up
Yeah.
every Sunday in a fucking mad rampage. Everything must go. That's dirty. Throw it out in the yard. Throw it in the trash. We don't need it. I'll buy another one, literally. Like, I run through this house like a fucking rampage because everything's dirty and disorganized. And you play with your feet. That is so gross. I think it's awesome that you can do all of those things with your feet. I think it's a little weird, but I think it's awesome. And I think I want to know from you guys. Do any of you guys use a weird body part to game? I know I'm opening myself up here.
Well,
to get random weird
That's not all I do with my feet.
Don't flatter yourself. I just need to know if
Some
anybody
stuff
else
keyboard, I mean.
uses another really odd body part to
But like I said, how am I
I
going
am
to get my left
genuinely in
foot?
shock right now.
Yeah, I am.
How am I going to get my left foot up onto the key, up on the desk to push the button on my mouse to talk? I can't do that.
Like, I know they had the guitar pedal thing. I
Uh-huh.
can't remember who made it. That came out not long, like a couple of years back,
That's where I
specifically
got the idea.
voice chat.
I said, fuck it, I'm not spending $30 on that. I'll just take my old keyboard I had. Said I only paid $5 for it.
So you get to
I thought it was a great
monkey
idea.
ball the
Like, you have
keyboard
extra,
up here and
you
down
have
there.
extra, like, you don't have to worry about it, and you can just, like, drum
And I'm
it
the
up.
fucking
Like,
casual?
But he
yeah,
plays
like,
two
but
fingers.
I've had the
What's he
same
doing with
keybind
the
for
other?
push
Hey,
talk since I was, like, 13, so...
I'm so confused right now.
13. You were like, that was like yesterday. Hot.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I know, but still, like...
What are you, 12?
I mean,
Anybody that's younger than me, they're 12. Anybody that's older than me is 80. That's literally how my life goes. If you're younger than me, you're 12. If you're older than me, you're 80.
well, it's getting about that age anyways.
Let's move on and do our week in WoW.
We're gonna get another black eye.
We're gonna do all of our weeks in WoW. Lycan, what did you do this week in WoW?
I went ahead and G-quit Riders of Ohan, so if anybody's looking for a guildie, let me know.
I don't let guildies leave my guild. When you leave my guild, I track you down and bring you back.
I will gladly join as long as you have a podcast to be associated with it, because I figured the last guild or podcast stole my guild. This guild's going to steal my podcast. No, what have I done? I have done tons of time walking. Ran through just about every mythic dungeon with a bunch of guildies. We did, I want to say last night. We ran through a whole bunch of them Saturday night, and everything but Grimroll Depot. And every time I mention Grimroll Depot, like everybody friggin' goes and hides in the shadows, like they don't want to go into that place on Mythic. Not sure why. But I'm trying to get through all the achievements and stuff like that I haven't done in a while. And I think Bloke had a little one running behind him. Did you?
No, it was a toy.
Okay.
That was Lino.
Oh, okay. I missed it. Shows I'm going to pay attention to you during the show. So I've been doing a lot of those achievements, trying to get up on her. I'm trying to find, while this is going to sound sad, especially after goings on for the night, I was trying to find a normal Archimon kill and a heroic Archimon kill, but I see where I stand with the guild and our podcasters. I know. Really, that's it. Just plowing through the old achievements, getting all my other reputations built up. I think I've been taking advantage of that damn 11-year anniversary token.
Listen, making me feel bad is not nice. You want to know why? Because when one of your friends is like, hey, I'll give you a carry, you don't be like, hey, can I bring my 13 other really close friends with me for this carry as well? Because I don't just roll with 1 or 2 people. There's like 6 of us. I can't be like, sure, but can you also bring these 6 other people?
Now
I'm
there's
just
6 people looking
See,
for
now
me.
you're making me. I'm a good Christian boy. You're making me bust out the F word more than once in the show. Hold
Fuck,
the fuck on.
fuck. How about
But
that?
can you imagine if I came on this show, I said, I got the boost bounce, somebody gave me a carry, they were listening to the show, they were great, it was awesome, and I would have gotten, why didn't you let me know? I could have came. You could have called me.
No, Hot's
could have carried a
got them out before me, and I didn't say anything to
They
hit
could have
me.
carried a destruction lock?
What did I say when you got it, Hot?
No, see, I don't believe
You
Congratulations.
said congrats.
I
And
did.
then I offer help, and you're not a
And
leader.
then I
No.
trolled him.
I think you're lying because I think that's why he has the black eye.
No, I promise. But here's what happens. So here, let me tell you guys what happens in the gaming house when Hot starts to act like an elitist asshole. So our friend Matt, he's also one of my officers, and his name is Myth in game, and is his birthday. So me, Aja, and Angie, we get together. We buy a bunch of shit for him for his birthday and all that stuff. Hots writes on his Facebook or someone's Facebook, I'll get you the moose mount. And I'm like, you and your guild of 1? What the fuck you mean you're going to get him a moose mount? You have no raiding guild. I don't understand. I knew what he meant. He meant his gear would be able to get him into a pug where he could bring him in. But literally, I was like, who the fuck are you? You're nobody. You have no guild. You have no raiding guild because you don't raid with anybody. Like, you're a man of 1. Fucking GG. Good job for offering him something he could go and pug himself, literally. This was me being a jerk because sometimes Hots gets a little too up here, and you have to bring him down here because he thinks he's fucking Johnny Awesome.
And if I see that brings up a very good point.
I'm not a nice person at all.
If I see one more group listing and
Look
looking
at
for
his
group
face. Oh,
that says Archimon have AOTC 720 plus, and it's a normal fucking Archimon kill.
It's really ridiculous.
Kiss my ass.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's.
Pops, I just want you to know that I love you, and if I were not being mean to you like a sister should, something is wrong, and I don't.
I know. It's okay.
I trolled him
I
for
was
good 2
waiting.
hours. It was.
Oh, you did. At first I was pissed, and I caught on. and was like, all right, never mind. I
He
got
literally you could tell he gets so mad, and it really was just trolling.
That's right.
He left it wide open. Though it was a perfect opportunity for me to do that. So
She likes you. I spent time down at her house, and she didn't even freaking cook for me.
I like how my family.
I live with her, and she doesn't do that.
All my
to me,
family
like,
just
shit.
walked up to this door right here to look to see if we were still recording, and I gave them the look, and they just did a complete one. Everybody was like, "Oh."
I'm done.
So that's a good week in WoW. At least you're doing Mythic Dungeons. I need to get in there and do the time walking because some of our guildies one of our guildies, Mal, got the Time Reaver.
Yeah.
29th run, 70-something bosses, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Something boss. He got it off the last boss of his 29th run.
And even another one of Greeley, he got the 5,000
Oh, did
coins
Greeley
already.
get it?
Yeah, he's got the 5,000 coins to buy the first mount.
Good for him.
So, I mean, he's been spending an insane amount of time doing time walking.
Far too much.
They need to get jobs, really, is what needs to happen, because clearly... Yeah, I know you guys listen to the show. If you guys are listening to this, you need to get a job. Just kidding. Hots, what'd you do this week?
I geared for RBGs. I came in and healed for RBGs for my first RBG session. I've been working on my Resto Druid logs again some more. Like I said, I'm starting to debate it because holy shit for logs. I have to. This is my issue, and this is why I wanted to get into Midwinter in the first place. There's only 1 week of the expansion where I have to push rating, and after that, I'm good. But with my school schedule, I can't do multiple weeks of rating. So other than that, I have to go do an Aussie guild. Well, in order to get into Midwinter, I have to get into a mythic.
Rules.
I've been debating transferring over to fucking Frostborn UC, or OC, but. But anyways, I have to get into a mythic guild to get logs from there, and it's just it's this catch-22 that how much effort do I really want to put into this, because holy shit, I'm gonna die before I even get to a raid kind of deal. So, but I'm really debating it. I want to make sure that whatever I choose, I'm ready for, and I'm not gonna be like, no, I want to do this now. So we'll see how that goes.
Interesting.
Keep us posted.
What about
The life of an elitist.
what about you, bloke? Did you get invincible this week?
I did not. Thank you for asking. I hope affliction becomes the only.
I hope you fall down the stairs, bitch, next time you go to get a drink of water. I hope Hots pushes you down.
No, I spent a little bit.
You
of
haven't
time.
even been in there, have you?
No, I.
He was there the first day he got back from BlizzCon.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, exactly. The first day. That's the regular thing. I do the remainders of my mountain runs. I spend a little bit of time in time walking just to pick up the 500 points. What else did I do? I spent a fair bit of time on the DK and my hunter, just doing Ashran and battlegrounds and that.
Can you
and
describe how you DK? Is it similar to how Lycan DKs?
It was exactly the same. I literally just sat here for an hour and a half, rolling my face backwards and forwards across the keyboard. And you know what? Capped out Conquest, capped out Honor, went and bought some shit, went and got more Honor, all in the space of about 45 minutes to an hour. It was great fun. Fell asleep, woke up, still alive. That was pretty much my experience in Ashran. But I spent a whole bunch of time chatting away and hanging out with a buddy of mine, Dancing Crate, who's had a shit week, and now he's had a good week because we mess around and make each other laugh, and that's what the game is all about for me at the moment, is just killing time and having a laugh and hanging out with buddies until it's time for Legion, which is why I've spent an insane amount of time in Overwatch this week.
Yeah.
Since the very second the beta dropped and the very second I could play, that's where I've been. If I'm in WoW, it's because Overwatch is shut down for the night
Maintenance.
or whatever, which has happened a bit. But like I've been trying to keep a healthy balance, but let's face it, it's sort of been a little bit lopsided. It's a fucking amazing game.
It is an amazing game, which I already told you guys for the PDQ and the Facebook page, at some point we're going to be branching out to Overwatch. We all got beta. So,
Sheer coincidence, there's nothing in it. Just
I know, there's nothing weird or odd at the fact that we all got beta, and it wasn't
Remember that
beta
point
weekend.
where I
It's
was
closed
like-
beta, so we're clear, but we did all get beta. But we are going to be covering that. We're not going to talk about it. We might talk about it in small amounts, but we want to make sure that we maintain what this podcast is about, which is WoW. But we like we do Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone, like we do a fair bit of some kind of conversating about it. So yeah, little like he said, snippets. We did all play. I don't know if Lycan's got a chance to play, but we did play Heroes of the Storm or Heroes of the Storm. Cho'Gall, but we did play over.
Yeah.
Did you get to check it out, Lycan? Overwatch?
I found out that the tank class in Overwatch is not like tanking in
No, sir, it's
WoW.
not.
So I went in there, got my face smashed in about 18 times during the match. I logged out, and I've been frightened to go back in.
Is that because you have to play with more than 2 fingers?
Ooh, that's a good burn. What does Ashton Kutcher say? Burn.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did do a fair amount of playing. I'm not really great at first-person shooter, but I did beat Dark in a 1v1 match.
It's gonna be good.
I beat Dark in a 1v1 match. So, and he's the first-person shooter guy. My week in WoW, I did get the Moose mount. That did happen. I did get the Moose mount courtesy of Masters of Karate on Argent Dawn. Everybody talks shit because I was in there. Dave is the guild master for Masters of Karate. Dave is old school. He was elite back when it was not cool to be elite, and they've scaled back. Masters of Karate last expansion, they were gold CM across the board, breaking records, really, really the top of who they are. Everybody talked shit to me after I got them out. Oh, you got carried. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit if Bruce Willis threw me over his back and took me into the Archmon heroic kill and I just had to lay there. I don't give a shit. I got a mount and I got my heroic ahead of the curve achievement.
Wait.
I don't give a shit. Don't
I would
care.
have been like, what does yours look like? Thank you.
But like everybody, literally all the guildies, like some of them are with me. Oh, you got good luck, congrats on your carry. Don't be a hater. Don't hate me because I got a mount. I didn't be like, oh, in your face. I wasn't saying how amazing I am. I was just excited about the mount. I didn't even mention it. It's just because I got the achievement and everybody's like, oh, congrats on your carry. I mean, can't you just say, cool, you got the mount? Do you have to be a dick about it? I mean...
I did grat you, but I had to make sure I threw you under the bus a little bit. But
And then Aja messaged me and she's like, well, she said exactly that. Congrats on your carry. Or I see that you got a carry or something. And I was like, ugh, bitter. Don't be bitter. I don't know. He's linking me some weird shit. But
For yourself.
no, I wanted to do that when nobody was on in guild because I didn't want anybody to be like, oh, this wench. I didn't want anybody to talk shit to me. So I was wishing that it would have been a different time. But I didn't do anything extraordinary. I didn't work hard to get it. I got lucky. So
no,
I'm not,
congrats, you got it.
but I'm not amazing. I'm not all those things. I just right place, right time. Really
But-
is all there is to it.
Like the friend moose, this is what communities are about, and
Yes.
it's a good example of communities coming together.
And people loving other people.
I love
Like-
you, you know that.
Bloke doesn't love me
I
because
love you.
I don't have invincible bloke.
Only part-time.
He only loves me on
Funny,
Sundays.
I think I have a mount that every single person in here wants. I have a
I think you
Nixia's
need to
mount.
shut your little mouth now.
Oh, Nixia, she's a temperamental dragon. I gave up on her. I really did. Okay, so the rest of my week in WoW. I did begin raiding again with the guild. We did get some new guildies. Some of you guys came from behind the avatar. You guys heard me on Lita's podcast. That was an amazing time I had with Lita. It was a really fun time. Lita, if you're listening, I love you. Yeah, that was pretty much what I did. I wanted to focus on guild stuff. I hadn't, with the BlizzCon stuff and everything, I hadn't really been able to I hadn't been playing with my guildies, not raiding, I hadn't been playing with them. I was just kind of out of touch with my people. So it's been nice to kind of get back in there and get back in touch with things. And just have fun and yell at people and raid because they stand in derp. It was actually quite awesome. I do have an announcement to make regarding BlizzCon, though. I
Dun,
am going
dun,
to be cosplaying
dun.
me and Jeff from Tahazu Designs, who is he's our what is he, a cohort, consort? What, I don't know what the fuck whatever.
Consort?
Unport?
I don't know what they're called. What is it called when they're your
Not a
partners?
consort.
What's a consort? Is that bad?
Yeah, that's like I'll tell you about it later.
Is it mean?
Why not just
Anixia
call him a prostitute?
was death. Wow.
Lady
like-
Did I just call him a
Yeah.
hooker? Because that would be
Dana.
really awesome.
Dana was a very good consort.
Oh,
She
I
was not a
apologize.
Jane was a
consort.
dirty whore hag.
Okay, so
She was a whore.
apparently not a. He's our. What would he would be?
Cohort.
Cohort. Okay, so I was on the right track.
He's our consort. That
is
is
why
that
they
is
don't let
now
me-
a thing.
I know, that's why they don't let me do the talking. So cohort, not consort. There is a difference. One means partner and the other means slut. Sorry about that. So he's going as Genji, and he does all that 3D printing and work and all that stuff. He's the one that made the mug that Bloke's drinking his manly ice water out of. I'm going as the female Hanzo. He's
Nice.
making my bow, the armor, and it's going to be pretty legit. There's some other things I don't know if he wants me to tell you guys about them, but there's some other stuff that we're going to be doing at the con, but it's pretty legit, and I think the idea is to attempt to actually do the contest and not just do the cosplay. So that is happening. The only reason that I am doing that is because as much as I would love to do Warlock cosplay, I want to there's a lot of Warlock cosplay that happens. A lot of the tier 7 and tier 6 and stuff, people do the same kind of Warlock stuff. So, and I'm definitely not rocking this tier side boob, so, because we know how I feel about that. We don't do the side of boob. So, with that being said, that's pretty much my week in WoW. That's pretty much it. I think we're pretty much done. I don't think we can pack any more fuckery into this episode than what we've already done, to be perfectly honest. Tonight's been a rare form episode, and I don't know what to say. But make sure you guys go to PwnecastDailyQuest.com and check out what we're doing over there. We are looking for some new writers, so go to the Be a Part of PDQ at the top right-hand corner and put in an application. We're also currently looking for page admins. So if you actively play World of Warcraft, not you just pretend to play World of Warcraft, I need people that actually don't breathe heavy into the mic. I need your really heavy breathing. We need people that actively play and that love this community as much as what the fuck is going.
Aussie Pikachu. Aussie
As much
Pikachu.
as we love the community, so make sure if you want to do that, go to facebook.com/Pwnecast and send me an inbox attention
Got
bell.
flies in his face.
Here's all of our Twitter information. Thank you for all that. Following us on Twitter. I'm a tweeter. I love to tweet, so make sure you guys follow all of the people on your microphone. In what?
Nothing.
Oh,
I don't like when he does things like
I don't either. So, look what I got, though. So, I got a little thingy-ding, but I got two, because I got 2 loot crates, so I gave one to Dark, and I took his Murloc out of the loot crate. Look, they're twins.
That moment. That's it. I just got thrown under the bus again.
Why?
I didn't get my loot crate yet.
How? I've had mine a week and a half.
Spoilers. You forgot to say spoilers.
Good night, folks.
That's
You're
a week and a half I have had my loot crate. How do you not have it yet?
On loot crate for both of us. I'm outie. See you later. Look
Oh,
at my
it's just a Murloc. Don't cry about it. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Oh, my name is Crybaby. All right, I'm done, guys. I swear. I promise I'm done.
I don't have to tolerate this shit.
We are going to get on out of here now that I successfully pissed 2 of them off. In my defense, I've had this loot crate for like a week now. I think I figured everybody would have gotten it. But apparently.
I haven't got a loot crate
Hey,
since...
one item out of the whole box I think is okay. I'm just saying.
No, I
And for
haven't
the
had one
record, you should
He
know,
completely took his headphones out and walked away.
but you should know that not all the loot crates got Murlocs. So
Yeah.
they're cute but deadlies.
It's-
Everybody got a different one. So
Keep a deadly blind box. That's what this came from.
So I didn't really give anybody a spoiler because it's likely that you guys don't have any of those. So anyway, we are going to get on out of here. I don't know where Lycan went, but
I think he's done for the day.
There's too many.
woohoo. All right, we're going to get on out of here, guys, because we've...
Well, I have to go anyway. I'm late for dinner.
We're going to get on out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching and giving us your hour every week and allowing us nerds to entertain you. We cannot tell you what an honor and how much we appreciate you letting us into your home and your headsets every week. We're going to get on out of here. We will see you guys next week. Make sure you like and comment. Like and comment. Bye.
That was really big door.
Did he really put his headset down?
No, I'm here.
Oh, you
I
motherfucker.
just thought it would be funny to stay with
You motherfucker. I was like, oh shit. You really haven't gotten it yet?
you. No, I'm going to pick it up
Well,
tomorrow.
look, to be fair, not everyone got a different. It's a cute but deadly. They're all different.